Here's a chill deep dive into Yor The Hunter from the Future, 1983, what it's about, where it came from, how it got made, how folks reacted to it, and the weird legacy it left behind. All right, first off, the real title is Yor The Hunter from the Future, original Italian, Il Mondo di Yor. Sometimes you'll hear it called The World of Yor, same movie, directed by Antonio Margheriti. He went by Anthony M. Dawson for this one. Written by Margheriti and Robert D. Bailey, based on an Argentinian comic by Eugenio Juan Ray Collins, Zapietro and Juan Zanotto. The vibe: sci-fi, fantasy, adventure, total B-movie, lots of sword and sorcery, random dinosaurs, and a dash of post-apocalyptic weirdness. So here's the scoop. Yor, played by Reb Brown, is this super ripped, blonde barbarian guy wandering around in a world that looks pretty prehistoric. The only thing he really knows about himself is his mysterious medallion, which he's had since he was a kid. He comes across Ka-Laa, Corinne Clery, and her, let's say, father figure, saving them from a dinosaur, yep, and some not-so-friendly blue cavemen. The trio teams up, and when Yor finds out there's a so-called desert goddess with a medallion just like his, he starts to question everything about his past. As you go deeper into the movie, it's not just all clubs and dinosaurs. Suddenly there are androids, leftover nukes, and this overlord dude who wants to use Yor, or his medallion, to build some sort of perfect master race. Yor ends up joining a bunch of rebels and totally tries to take the overlord down. Here's where it gets interesting. The movie's actually a mashup production between Italy, France and Turkey. The stuff we saw in theatres, chopped down from a much longer Italian TV miniseries. So, the original miniseries, Il Mondo di Yor, was 4 episodes long and way more detailed. The Italian version runs about 98 minutes. The US version is shorter, like 88 or 89 minutes. What people thought, reception and criticism. Look, critics pretty much hated it. Rotten Tomatoes gives it like a 14% with the critics. Nominated for a bunch of Razzie Awards, Worst New Star, Reb Brown, Worst Musical Score and Worst Original Song, Yor's World, which is kinda iconic in its own bad way. Some folks think it's hilarious and watch it for the cheesy, so bad it's good factor. Got everything. Over-the-top visuals, goofy dinosaurs, wacky costumes, weird story that keeps switching between sci-fi, fantasy and post-apocalypse. Yor's kind of a mashup. Starts off all dinosaur and cavemen, then suddenly there's androids and nuclear tech and evil overlords. It's got this central mystery. Who is Yor? What's with the medallion? Where did he really come from? There's sort of a don't put too much power in the wrong hands thing, and the classic resist the evil tyrant message. The deep stuff is hidden under pulpy action and fantasy chaos. Here's where it gets fun. Yor has a pretty devoted cult following, especially among B-movie junkies and anyone who loves offbeat, cheesy sci-fi fantasy. It gets referenced and made fun of a lot, because who can resist those ridiculous moments and genre mashups? Plus, with all the different versions, and supposedly lost scenes from the miniseries cut, fans love picking it apart and hunting for the extra stuff. Want to relive more wild 80s movie nostalgia? Stick with movies of the 80s for more deep dives just like this one.